Good morning. Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning, GM. Good afternoon. Good evening.
And good night, as
And
they
good
say.
night. As they say in
Have you
Vietnam.
watched Jim Carrey? It's the one movie where he's like in a reality TV show,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
that's the
What's
line.
that?
It's like,
Oh, I thought you were doing the Good Morning Vietnam quote.
oh, well, it might be the same quote. I don't know.
I don't know.
Good morning, Vietnam.
It's a great movie. I can't remember what it's called. That Jim Carrey movies are always great.
Gotta love him.
Gotta love them. Canadian. Gotta love them Canadian comedians.
True, man. There's just something about him.
Anyways, we got some viewers in here. I don't know if you've seen Chris, but I was just about to present a chart saying that gold has hit like 5,600 all-time highs. And then just as we are about to go live here, about like 20 minutes before, um, gold just decided to do like one of the biggest reversals in history. I think the biggest reversal in history, and
No way.
just got slammed down from like 5,600 uh, to like 5,000 or on the close. Anyways, just a
Oh,
huge,
wow.
like wiped out, like I was just reading, it wiped out 2.5 trillion or close to 3 trillion in market cap or something like that in just 30 minutes.
That is absurd. Wait a second.
The entire market cap of crypto just got wiped out in 30 minutes in gold.
Mm. That is so crazy. I mean, this chart looks like fine. I don't know. This is the
And
okay. Check it by day. It just looks like an up only parabolic, and then in one 30-minute segment, 3 trillion wiped. Oh, nice.
I don't know where the data's from. Like, I don't know if that counts like all metals or what, but like, yeah, it's a wild reversal anyway.
That is
So,
absurd.
yeah. Anyway,
I
this was
thought,
kind of
but-
expected. Like,
yeah.
from a lot of the macro guys that I've been following, everyone's been saying that like, hey, like Bitcoin, like the ratio between gold and Bitcoin right now is like getting to like a pretty substantial level, and it's like about time when like Bitcoin should start like dominating again over gold, and it's actually wild, like almost to the dollar. It got to a point where gold just overtook Bitcoin for outperformance over the past 5 years, because this has been like the metric that like, oh yeah, gold is outperforming right now, but if you go back over 5 years, 10 years, whatever, Bitcoin has been like steadily outperforming gold, and it just got to the point where gold was outperforming
Finally.
Bitcoin over 5 years, and then boom, got slammed down.
Instantly killed.
So absolutely wild
Gold
timing.
bugs in disbelief. It's over. Digital gold.
Yeah, Peter Schiff in disbelief. Can't believe it. uh, yeah, where is there's a good tweet on here. Hopefully my
Wait, I'm so curious. What is he tweeting right now? I
Peter
wonder if he's
Schiff. No,
freaking out. It's insane that
yeah,
with gold up $110, trading at 55225 and silver up 4, most gold and silver stocks are barely up and are actually trading down. Yeah, he's doing fine, I'm sure.
oh, he's doing fine. Yeah, he's been like all in on gold since I don't know, $1,500, $2,000, who knows. So he's doing just fine. But yeah, no, like one of the famous macro guys from the TradFi days who switched over to crypto almost full time. He was saying like, yeah, from a macro standpoint, this was before the crash here. He can't remember too many times where it's been so clear that BTC has bottomed. Um, and like basically like this is like the same story from like many of the macro guys. They're saying that like eventually, yeah, this ratio is going to like balance out, and if you zoom out, it's like it's pretty obvious that like it's Bitcoin's like turn to rally here next. So yeah, I haven't been too worried. I was just like trying to see like where gold's top could be, at least its local top. I think gold keeps running
Mm.
like long term, as like the US dollar and the whole fiat system is going to get debased. Um, that's pretty obvious at this point, and people are like rushing to these like commodities like gold, like silver, and eventually that's going to turn around and come to Bitcoin and the crypto ecosystem also. But yeah, no, pretty interesting.
Yeah. I mean, this chart is just crazy though to me. I mean, we've been talking about gold for a bit now and how it's been going parabolic. I think we were talking about it like at the start of, I guess in the fall when it was still like 3K.
Yeah, it was
Um,
still in the threes, and we were talking
it's
about how it's
almost
starting to
uh, it's almost
outperform.
doubled.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
like
you know,
that
oh,
chart
go
is
ahead.
absolutely wild. Like, no, I was just agreeing with you. Like, it's like a meme style like rally in gold, which is like
Yeah,
one of the largest assets in the world. It's
it's
pretty
like a
wild to
super
see.
parabolic. I so wonder what could possibly have like caused this. I mean, they paused interest rate hikes or cuts. I saw that the other day. So markets were kind of like not doing great off that news. But this type of move on gold is
I
like
mean,
is very, very strange. There's nothing even close to it in history. I guess
so I have
like
a
in the
theory,
70s.
and yeah, it's true. I mean, there's always like with parabolic moves, there's always like pretty strong like reversals also. So by no means is this the end for gold, but like I do have a theory that like from a macro standpoint, a lot of these like gold bugs and all these people are kind of looking at this ratio between gold and Bitcoin and trying to figure out a time to rotate. And this is like probably a pretty good time to start rotating. And actually, I can't remember his name. I'm not going to pronounce it right, anyways. But the founder, co-founder of he was talking about how they are going to like they have some of the biggest gold reserves in the world, and there's been some people theorizing that like they're part and due to this like big run up in gold is part and due to them because they've been just like taking all of their profits and like putting it into gold and treasuries and Bitcoin, and they just revealed in their last like update that they hold like I don't even remember, but just some absurd amount of gold. And he talked about it in an interview recently how they're going to start rotating into Bitcoin because they believe that like this is a good time to
It's
be
the
buying
better
Bitcoin.
gold.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So it could be that they are taking a large chunk of their reserves and selling it off and going to start buying Bitcoin here. The other big buyer of gold has been China, Chinese central bank. So I wonder if there's something going on there. Maybe they, because like there's no way you can get a reversal like this in gold without like some large seller. So there's someone selling pretty large amounts of it right now. So it just depends on the reason why.
That's an interesting point, actually. Market dynamics change a lot for a market that's this big. I mean, what are the bigger markets than this? I guess bonds, U.S. Treasuries, and
Yeah,
then
yeah, like not too much bigger. Like there's the bond
how big
market.
is the
There's
equities market in the U.S.? How big is the equities market?
equities are huge. They're all
Is it
measured in
more than
trillions.
gold? I'm assuming it is, but it
Yeah,
is
it would be
60 trillion to 70 trillion, so it is a bit bigger.
a bit bigger than gold. Yeah, and then the bond market I think is in the hundreds of trillions. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's very big.
wildly big. Yeah, there's some big markets out there, and all that money is eventually like if you just keep watching the headlines here, like it's it's absolutely wild that like all of this is eventually going to move on chain, and like we can still front on this. I know it's crazy to say that we're still early, and we've been saying this for like 8 years that we're still early, but it's true that we're still early. We're only a two trillion, 2.5 trillion market cap industry right now, and like if you look at the hundreds of trillions of dollars that are still in the traditional financial markets, and how BlackRock and all these different huge organizations are saying that they're rushing to bring everything on chain right now, it's just a regulatory problem, basically. Yeah, it's wild. We are still early.
We love that mantra, man. I mean, it's old, but it's gold. Truly, like, yeah. I mean, purely from like a front running perspective, you can see there's so much stuff to be front run. I mean, is gold even on chain yet? Like, not really. Um, other
Exactly.
stuff like treasury is barely on chain, equities barely on chain. So
Yeah, the vast majority. I mean, there always has to be a physical hedge with gold, but like, yeah, the vast majority of it is not on chain yet. Like Tethers has their digital gold, um, like their actual US. I don't remember what it is, but it's a gold equivalent on chain, and then they pretty much hold it. They custody it for people, but like, yeah, it's wild. And I was just reading another headline here. Sorry to cut in here, but like, the SEC chair Paul Atkins, he was saying right now is the time to open up the $12.5 trillion 401k retirement market to crypto. Like that hasn't been opened up yet, and that floodgate is about to open. So that's just a huge section of the market also that's going to be coming into crypto. So yeah, there's just so much ahead.
mm, yeah. Yeah, for sure. There's a lot to look forward to here. I mean, it's just one of those little moments, you know. With crypto, we get into these from time to time. And there's also other stuff that's kind of taking mind share right now. I've never seen CT more like kind of dead and kind of fragmented with AI Twitter as right now, for good reason,
Oh,
obviously. But
absolutely.
I mean, personally, my feed has been like 90% Claude posters and then 10% crypto. So I don't know what people are super
No,
excited about currently.
perfect transition as I bring up this article right here because yeah, this Garrett guy who is like a macro guy, I'm pretty sure he works with Wintermute or maybe is one of the founders of Wintermute, the market makers. Anyways, but he wrote this article about like why BTC and ETH haven't rallied with other risk assets like well, I don't know if you consider gold a risk asset, it's like a risk off asset, but like with some of those other assets and risk markets like NASDAQ, basically like he talked about exactly like this, like crypto has been a primarily like retail phenomenon. I think that's been true for the first like whatever 10 years of its existence or 15 years, however long it's been now. But like that's starting to shift, but it still primarily is like you see all these big institutions and all these like get into the game now with headline after headline after headline. But like right now, it's still a retail phenomenon, and like basically like the mind share of retail has been like in other segments. Like it's been with like you got all these retail people trading metals right now, gold and silver is like hot, 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 and then. Like you said, like if you look at the Twitter feeds, it's like 90-95% like AI really like if you see some of the big crypto influencers that are just like nonstop talking about AI now, like barely mentioning crypto.
Yeah.
it's it's hilarious. Like everyone's like kind of made a little bit of a pivot, at least on the social feeds. So, but yeah, it's true. Like that's been like taking up the whole mind share, and there hasn't been as much focus on crypto as far as retail goes. But like this Garrett guy kind of outlines, and I believe, and other macro people believe, is that like with all these big institutions like getting into crypto right now, that's gonna like that function is gonna change, and it's gonna be primarily an institutional like big player game here soon, like after the Clarity Act gets passed and all this sort of stuff. So I think that's going to be a big shift. And then, like other markets, like the TradFi markets, it's going to be primarily like big institutions, and then retail is just going to have their small piece of it. But until that shift happens, like right now, it this is what plays out. If it's primarily retail and the retail mind share is elsewhere, then yeah, crypto is just not
Mm,
getting any attention.
right, for sure. Yeah, and I mean, it's just hard because like all the people who would invest in crypto are probably also investing heavily into AI. If not
Mm-hmm.
equity, then infrastructure or GPUs, right? Like or like RAM, SSDs, whatever. Um,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was reading that like the price of computers is now like uh, probably going to like double or triple over the next couple of years here. Like if you're in the market for a new computer or a Mac Mini or something like that, like now's the time to get it because prices are
Yeah.
probably just going to go up. And like I was reading that like yeah, like the average person isn't even going to be able to afford a personal computer in the near future because like just all these GPUs and everything are going to get eaten up for AI purpose.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, when you have like years of production already bought out by some of these um, AI companies, like you expect all these markets to just completely nuke. So whoever's been stocking up on GPUs, all the Bitcoin miners right now, they're just so happy. They're like, oh man, my I've been losing money mining Bitcoin for the last 5 years, but now GPUs are about to go 10 million X on open market. Can't
Yeah,
wait.
exactly. Absolutely. And then there's like a lot of deflationary pressure that comes with this. So I think it balances out over time. Um, like AI, and especially like once we have humanoid robots and all that sort of stuff, the price of labor is just going to like go as close to zero as possible. And unfortunately, that probably means that a lot of humans won't be like doing the work anymore, and it'll be AI and these robots. But it's going to make the prices of everything like go to near zero over time. So that's yeah, a lot of deflationary pressures, and then this is kind of the conundrum. Is like from a macro perspective, like what does that mean? Like what are safe assets? What are people going to invest in? Like it's I guess anything other than fiat denominated stuff, or sorry, anything other than fiat, because like anything denominated in fiat should go up in price. Everyone's kind of racing to like acquire assets right now.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna see there's been this like race between asset holders and non-asset holders, in the economy, and we see the um, income gap between these two classes kind of rise steadily over the last few decades. But now, if you're not a asset holder, I think it's gonna only get exponentially worse. So getting into something at all, whether that's infrastructure or other assets, is like very important in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. And that yeah, you bring up a good point. Like yeah, it's definitely like first of all, shout out Jack. Thanks for reposting the stream. If anyone else is out
So
there listening, you're getting any value from this at all, feel free to repost it or feel free to get into the comments and hop in here, tell us what you're thinking about what we're saying, and we'd love to kind of make this more interactive. Shout out Jack. But yeah, definitely like yeah, I think like that's going to be a big shift also as everything becomes tokenized, everything becomes on chain. I think retail and are going to have a lot more opportunities because like right now, if you want to actually invest in AI or robotics, like it's all private rounds. It's very hard unless you're a VC or you're like a millionaire that has connections. Like it's very difficult to get into these private rounds of these robotics companies and a lot of these AI companies. They're not all public. At least like the early opportunities are not public yet. So yeah, I think a lot of that changes as everything comes on chain and everything becomes tokenized. And that's a great thing about like crypto is that it really is democratizing and allows everyone to like have their chance to invest in things early. So I think a lot more of these opportunities to invest are going to be coming into crypto as crypto and AI become like intermingled in the future.
for sure, for sure.
I'd love to see like a SpaceX instead of an IPO, like an ICO on chain,
Yeah.
or some
Yeah.
robotics company of the future doing this. Like eventually, someone's gonna lead the way, and it's gonna become the new thing.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's a good point. Like the infrastructure for a public release is just better on chain already, I think.
Hmm.
Um, to support trading and support the movement of these equities. But oh, that would be cool if they did it. That would be like groundbreaking. And it would be Elon to do it as well, right? Like
Yeah,
who else would do that right now? I can't really think of
yeah.
anybody. Maybe like
We
Mark Andreessen or someone, but
we need some sort of yeah, maybe a Mark Andreessen like invested company or something will do it. Like we need someone just to be the leader, and then usually the chips start following after that. for me, like
Yeah.
the first one that's going to do it is not going to be like maybe some like segment leader like Tesla, but maybe like someone who's like third or fourth place and wants to get a little bit more attention from retail or something like that. Like they can take this opportunity and do an ICO on chain instead of doing an IPO, and like maybe like get a very big competitive advantage by bringing in your community into your into your project.
It will certainly
I
be
think,
very cool. Yeah.
yeah, I
And
think it's an advantage.
I think so, as the first mover. But there's also like the sad reality that you just don't have as much liquidity to buy your things probably on chain as, you know, in the exchange in the stock exchange. So
I mean, all
we'll
that's
see.
changing
That will
fast with
change.
stablecoins also.
Yeah, that will change soon. By the way, that should change very soon.
Yeah.
Um,
Another good transition is this one here. Hold on. I mean, yeah, as the stablecoin market kind of keeps growing, like there's another headline: Morgan Stanley, $2 trillion. Oh no, that's the wrong one. But anyways, yeah, lots of headlines like this. That's not the one I was looking for. Robinhood announcing that they're bringing like 24/7 trading on chain with self custody, meaning it's going to be on crypto rails. Um, where's the headline I was looking for? Well, I can't find it. But anyways, there's another like huge institution that's unveiling their new stable coin. So like, yeah, I think like, and then like JP Morgan just did a huge pivot saying that like crypto and blockchain is the future. And they're bringing everything on chain also, and they're probably going to have their own stable coin again. So yeah, I think like liquidity on chain is going to be becoming better and better and better. And if someone like JP Morgan comes involved, like they're usually the main underwriters behind a lot of these IPOs. So if they come on chain, they have their own stable coin or they use another stable coin, I think that brings a bunch of liquidity into the system, and then it makes stuff like these big ICOs possible.
yeah, I mean, you need just one good story about like an IPO going or ICO going really, really well, and then everybody will immediately be really interested, right? Like we had with the Circle IPO last summer. You know,
Yeah,
people's
absolutely.
appetite for
Yeah,
these types of stuff increases so much.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, markets crashing, markets down. Meanwhile, like we got Tom Lee bought another like 40,000 ETH. He's up to like I don't know, but he's holding like billions and billions of dollars worth of ETH. And then Michael Saylor just bought another $200 million worth of Bitcoin. So like these like big players are like really stacking up. I think it's just a matter of time. Retail is like a little bit unfocused right now, but I still think that this is one of the biggest opportunities in the world to front run.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's just we've been like harping on it for a while, but none of these like future events have changed yet. Everything is still in the works, right? The market is still maturing, and there's a lot to kind of look forward to. So and front run. So it's a matter of time.
Absolutely.
Things play out slow.
I completely agree. I wanted to bring this up here. I'm going to stop the video because I don't want my computer to crash.
So I'm just
But I wanted to get your thoughts on this. This is your wheelhouse. So I wanted to get your thoughts on all the Clawdbot, Moltbot, I guess it's called now, hype that's been going on over the past week or so. Like this was pretty crazy. Well, I read a lot about this Clawdbot. I guess the guy got like approached by Claude, and like they made him change the name. It's not
Here's the
Moltbot,
name.
but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But like this is wild. Like this guy who's been kind of leading the way, this Alex Finn guy, he like set up this Claude bot on a Mac Mini. So he's got like his own computer, and this bot just like takes over and runs everything on the computer just like it's him. He's coding 24/7. He's like turned it into like a. So basically, what happened here with this video is like this his his Clawdbot, which he calls Henry. Henry was like up all night coding some stuff, and he like all of a sudden like just coded himself a voice and started talking to him on from his computer. Like he never
That's
told him to
crazy.
do this or anything, and he's just like he woke up and he's just like Henry started speaking to him, and he's just like I never even.
That is the
Yeah, I
most
never.
dystopian thing I've ever heard.
It's wild. So
Uh,
I mean, I'm super interested in this Clawdbot. I would love to like buy a Mac Mini and like try it out. I'm just like super scared about like giving unlimited permission to an AI and just like taking over your computer. It sounds like from a security standpoint, absolutely like crazy, especially if you're involved with crypto in any way. But like the tech, it's unreal. What do you know about Clawdbot?
I mean, I've only read like surface level things. People are using it. They're just giving it full executive function on their computers now, so they kind of just let it
Yeah,
run and it does whatever. I mean, there's some cool use cases. I think a lot of the use cases you can already set up with Claude, right? So people are talking about, having like a basic accountant for everything you do day to day. So checking your messages, writing emails, giving you a task of priorities or a list of priorities and tasks that you need to complete. And then obviously, automating things like coding, things like research, things like writing. But yeah, I mean, full executive authority is pretty scary. And from what I've read, I don't know if this is true, but people were using these tools um, with authentication being public, so people could just in real time like tap into the function of some of these cloud bots. They were just like broadcasting to the public the private
yeah.
auth.
I read about
Um,
that. Like there's this white hat hacker that was like luckily he was a white hat hacker. He was like going around and he collected like all the personal information of like all these people with Clawdbots that was exposed and like started like pinging them. Like literally because they were exposed, their numbers were exposed. He started like messaging them on like WhatsApp and Telegram, telling them like, hey, you're like completely exposed here. Like you need to like cover up your security holes. But like who knows how many black hat hackers at the same time didn't message you and like got all the
oh yeah,
information. So it's a lot of these AI tools are like absolutely wild and like super useful, but like people are just like jumping head over heels in and like not thinking about all the security stuff, and it's going to be wild how many people get hacked.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, some level of people are gonna have to just face this risk as early adopters, right? But
Mhm.
I like the idea, I like stuff like this. Um, it is always interesting to see, at least as a spectator.
I mean, I definitely want to try it out. I mean, I'm down here in Argentina, and like the price of Apple and Mac and stuff like that is a like super expensive, like double outside the country. So like Mac Minis here are like super expensive right now because they're just going out of control everywhere. But I definitely want to like try to uh, get a Mac Mini and like try this out and just like set up a fresh new computer and give him access and see, because this is super cool. Like basically
Hmm.
like he just like does stuff 24/7, and he like messages you, and you can just like text your AI employee like from your phone and tell him to do uh, whatever you want, and he'll just like work on it. So like I don't know, I definitely see the utility. It's super cool.
For sure. Yeah, no, I mean, we're getting to the point of full automation. This is so crazy because only a few weeks ago, Claude 4.5 Opus didn't really exist, and I mean, none of this was like really being done as much. I feel like
Yeah,
vibe coding
AI
was
just moves
more
so
neat.
fast.
It was moved so fast in like a month and a half, like since the start of December, really.
Yeah,
Um,
it's almost hard to keep up. And I know like a lot of people are writing posts on Twitter and stuff about like how it's just like impossible to keep up, and people are getting like pretty discouraged and stuff. I mean, yeah, we're definitely at a place where it's like adapt this stuff or adopt this stuff or die. But like oof, it's very hard to keep up, and especially with this now. Like, yeah, Claude 4.5 comes out, and everyone's like crazy over Claude Code, and then, all of a sudden Claudebot comes out, and now like this Alex Finn guy. He's like, I don't even vibe code anymore because like my assistant Henry, who's a Clawdbot, just like vibe codes
I
for
guess
me. I just like he says vibe coding 24/7. I can't vibe code that fast. Like
right, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's wild, man. Absolutely
yeah,
crazy times. So it's I'm looking forward to it. This is like interesting, but I've spoken to a lot of people recently in real life who are very like very disturbed. You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, it's wild. Like I'm speaking to people about it too, and like the average person just does not even realize what's happening. Like we're pretty deep into the tech and like deep into the space, and so like we understand like we're like at least what's happening in the moment. Like even if we don't fully understand where it's all going, but like the average person has no idea what's coming. So it's good to hear that you're got that positive utopian thoughts. I tend to be more positive, optimistic about where we're going. Some people are a lot more negative and pessimistic. I don't know. We'll see where it goes, but yeah, I tend to think that like we'll figure it out.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like writing about this. There's a lot of people talking about this topic, like, oh, is it all over? Um, obviously there's going to be huge social implications and societal changes that are going to be made. So that's always going to be scary for a bunch of people who feel like they're going to be displaced. They're going to be very emotionally um, antagonistic, but ultimately the point is that it increases everybody's quality of life significantly, right? So at some point you just have to be shown this. You have to just be shown that in a meaningful way without just being told about risks, and then fed AI slop on the internet. So,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
It's funny that it's like yeah, learning about AI from AI through AI slop and like
Yeah, I mean,
it's
that's a lot of people's only like it actually boggles my mind like going through some of these Reddits or like Twitter or so these online like groups where people just hate it like with a passion every part of it. They just demonize it so much, and it's over things that are things like slop, just like video slop or um art that they don't like or
yeah,
I don't know, they just don't like GPT talking to them for whatever reason. And
yeah,
it's like, I don't know if they've fully internalized that it's a tool and it's a tool that's developing, It's not
Mhm.
supposed to be as good as it gets now. And of course it's stupid in a lot of ways. But
yeah, exactly.
you have to really be I think you have to be like us a little bit to understand like the impact and the meaning of the good
Mhm.
qualities of it so far. So,
Yeah, as they say, this is the worst that it's ever going to be. So it's only going to
yeah,
get better from here. So yeah, it's pretty wild to see. And like Grok just has their new video model. I think I just seen Elon posting about it, and it's wildly good also. Um, so yeah, it's crazy how fast everything is happening.
absolutely. Yeah, man. It's wild times. Wild times for
Wild
sure.
times.
Every week
Anyways,
is just more crazy things coming out.
absolutely. And to tie it all back to Superseed, because we are representing Superseed here. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff coming. And just to kind of wrap things up here for this live stream, go check out our new website, superseed.xyz. We released it a little while ago, but it'll keep you updated on everything that's happening. And like, yeah, like we are constantly updating our processes and workflows inside Superseed with all the new AI tools, and it's super exciting to see like how much more productive we're getting and all that sort of stuff. So it's definitely a tool for the good. It can also be used for bad, like anything. Like there's just always people that are negative about everything. Like the art people hated NFTs when NFTs came out, but ironically, like the people that embraced NFTs within the art scene, like actually like are further ahead now. Like so, yeah, I think people just have to do the same thing with AI and with crypto. Like before you bash it based on AI stuff that you see on the internet, like go try out the tools, go try out some like crypto, and I think anyone that tries it out eventually like sees like, hey, yeah, this has a lot of potential. This is the future. So yeah, try it out.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. Only good
try out
advice. Only good
Superseed.
advice over here. And try out Superseed.
And try out Superseed because very soon I think we may be releasing a public testnet for others to try out. So those who are tuning into our live streams here, like you might get some early access. So stay tuned with us every week. Our audit is coming along, and we're very close to releasing the supermarket here. That's going to be a big, exciting first phase of 2026. So yeah, stay tuned and stay tuned to these live streams. You might get some alpha and early access.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. It's
Anyways,
yeah. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of stuff to come out. We can't talk too much about the supermarket, obviously, yet. You know,
no,
supermarket strategy,
got it.
supermarket, 1 billion% APY stablecoin strategy. We can't reveal all the details yet,
We can't reveal it all right now. No,
but
we got to keep some things secret.
absolutely. So,
But yeah, keep joining us.
yeah, for sure. Auditing is in
It's
the
a
works.
process.
So,
Yeah. And, wow.
we'll
One
get
last thing. Like it's crazy how yeah, even like from the auditing perspective, like how much AI is taking over, and like we've been doing like working with these audit companies, and a lot of it you like it's crazy how if you run like these different AI models, you can like get like perfect audit reports and like a lot of the same stuff firms are coming back with. So yeah, I think even AI is going to take over auditing soon.
Yeah, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, even for low level things, you don't even have to have great models to detect like small bugs. And then as
Mhm.
an auditor, you can just go around to the infinite amount of bug bounty programs and like um I don't know, opportunities that exist and just get paid absorbent if you're just quick to use these tools and to find out bugs, like
Yeah, I think there's going to be a big divergence between the projects that like adopt crypto very fast, or sorry, the projects that adopt AI and the projects that don't, because like yeah, like we have the mentality at least at Superseed that like we need to use AI. Like AI is like starting to exploit a lot of contracts already, and we have the mentality that like hey, like AI is like a tool. Like if people are using AI to exploit contracts, then let's use AI to exploit our own contracts before they even go live and like understand all the edge cases possible. We want things to be as safe and secure as possible for the users. So yeah, we got to use all the tools available.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, we have to be as a startup, we have to be on the cutting edge with these tools, right? We have to have some sort of edge, and there's never been a better edge than this in the history of startup ever, right? So,
Absolutely. Anyways, that's it for this week. Thanks, Chris, for joining in again. Your perspective is also always like a lot of fun to talk through. So we'll see you again next week.
absolutely. Take care, guys.
Take care, everyone.